Well, good morning and thanks for joining us at 6 o'clock here on Sunrise this day after Christmas, Boxing Day. Ben is the first one I heard use that term this morning. It is Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day. I actually got my sister-in-law a pair of boxing gloves, unrelated to Boxing Day. But how about that? Ironic, well, to say the least. All right, let's talk about the weather today. We did have a Clipper system move through last night, did give the Twin Cities a dusting of snow in parts of southwestern Minnesota. A couple of inches of fresh powder after seeing roads closed in the southwestern part of the state. Those roads are back open, but you still might find some slippery spots, especially around the Minnesota River Valley. Closer to the Twin Cities, road conditions are improving after seeing a lot of that hard-packed snow and ice over the weekend. Right now, we are at 4 above. Wind chill value, however, at 10 degrees below zero, and that wind chill is going to stay below zero most of the day today, but we'll call it a more manageable cold than what we've been dealing with over the last couple of days. We don't have any wind chill headlines or wind chill warnings, anything like that, and a warming forecast takes us above the freezing mark later this week. We'll have more on that coming up. Jen?
All right, thanks, Ben. Taking a look at your roads, as you might expect, not a whole lot going on. That's a good thing, of course, if you do have to head out early here on this day after Christmas. Looking good, still slick in some areas, but just take it slow. Of course, you will be fine. This morning, we're working to learn more about what led to the death of a 20-year-old man who went missing in Stillwater. Police say George Musser's body was found after 7 last night in Baytown Township. He went missing early Saturday morning after leaving a bar in Stillwater. Eva Anderson joins us now with the latest. Hi, Eva.
Hi, Jen. Right now, police are still investigating Musser's death, though they don't believe it's suspicious, and they say there's no threat to the community right now. Here's a look at the area where he was found. Late last night, the police chief confirmed Musser was last seen at Brian's Bar in downtown Stillwater and left the area walking in the sub-zero wind chills. The police say they're thankful to have a huge outpouring from the community to help search for him on Christmas Day. But obviously, the family and the whole town are devastated with the outcome. Coming up in 30 minutes, we'll share what the family shared with the public once Musser was found. Back to you.
So sad. Thank you, Eva. Well, this morning we are learning more about a deadly shooting inside the Mall of America. Officials identified 19-year-old Jonte Hudson as the teen killed inside Nordstrom on Friday night. Police say Hudson was shot after a fight broke out between two groups, which then escalated to gunfire. A sad turn of events for the teen's family, of course, now facing a heartbreaking holiday without him.
At first, I just hoped it was just a minor bullet wound or something. I didn't think that nothing too serious about it until they said they were trying to find a pulse. So I just assumed the worst, but I was hoping for the best.
5 men, including 3 minors, were arrested over the weekend in connection with this shooting. Police are still searching for a 6th person, but they say they are confident the shooter is in custody. This morning, the descendants of 38 Dakota men hung in Mankato more than 150 years ago are making their way back to the site of the executions. For the past 15 years, the group has traveled 330 miles across South Dakota, braving the winter weather on horseback to honor their ancestors who were killed on this day in 1862. No government shutdown. Congress passed a massive spending bill over the weekend. The $1.7 trillion bill sets aside spending for critical government operations. The bill also increases military spending and sends more than $45 billion in aid to Ukraine. In addition to spending, the bill also revised federal election law in hopes of preventing any efforts to overturn certified results. Here in Minnesota, we'll see a number of improvements in the upcoming year thanks to that bill. Senator Klobuchar told us about some of her priorities that were included.
There's funding that will go to the state of Minnesota to help hire police officers. That's really important, to help recruit police officers, to get equipment. We know that's been a major issue for Minnesotans. A second priority of mine was infrastructure, and it's everything from the 80-year-old Kellogg Bridge in St. Paul that we need to repair to I-94.
Well, today is expected to be the busiest travel day of the holiday season. That's not good news for the travelers who've already faced delays now for nearly a week. Several severe winter storms caused hundreds of flights to be canceled nationwide over the holiday weekend. Here in Minnesota, more than 600 flights have been canceled at MSP since Wednesday. including nearly 50 cancellations this morning. Well, if you're driving home, AAA estimates nearly 13 million people will drive at least 50 miles from home from now through the new year. That's a 4% boost from last year. Greyhound Bus Lines is again offering free rides to help people in need this holiday season. It's part of the company's Home Free program. For 35 years, it's helped runaways, homeless people who are experiencing homelessness, and exploited youth reunite with their families or legal guardians through a free bus ticket home or to a safe and stable place to stay. The partnership has helped more than 18,000 families by providing free bus tickets. 6:05 now, and it is the first day of Kwanzaa, and there are local celebrations you might want to check out. This morning, we're digging into the holiday's origins and what it stands for. So here now with the details, Ariana Detil.
First observed in 1966, Kwanzaa, which means first fruits in Swahili, celebrates family, community, and culture. The annual 7-day holiday begins on December 26th, and throughout the week-long celebration, families come together to eat, dance, and rededicate themselves to 7 core principles. Dr. Mailana Karenga, the creator of Kwanzaa, describes the holiday as, quote, a unique time to remember and honor our ancestors, to reflect on what it means to be African and human, unquote. While the holiday is tied to African traditions, many people have questioned the origins of the holiday. So let's verify. Did Kwanzaa originate in the United States? Our sources are Dr. Mailana Karenga, the creator of Kwanzaa, and Dr. Richard Cooper, co-coordinator of the African American Studies program at Widener University. Karenga was born in Parsonsburg, Maryland. An activist in the Black Power movement of the 60s, Karenga co-founded the organization US, a cultural and social change organization which was based on the principles that later became the pillars of Kwanzaa. According to African American studies scholar Dr. Richard Cooper, Karenga created Kwanzaa as part of a broader Pan-African movement in the 60s. The symbols of Kwanzaa, including the candles and the flag, are deeply rooted in African culture.
Black represents the culture, red we say represents the blood or the people, green in fact represents the land.
While Kwanzaa is celebrated right after Christmas, it's not an African or African American version of Christmas, according to Cooper. Instead,
think of it as that it's grounded in bringing the family together, bringing the community together. It's a move away from capitalism. It's a way of helping all people kind of look more inside and trying to identify and work towards higher values.
So while Kwanzaa is rooted in African culture, it was created by an American. So we can verify it is true. Kwanzaa originated in the United States. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
If you've seen something online or on social media that you'd like us to verify, all you have to do is send us an email. The address is right there. You could also, of course, reach out through Facebook or Twitter.